your authentic self isn't something that you have to find. It's something that you just have to remember. It's something that has always been a part of you. It's just been tucked away. And the easiest way to remember your authentic self is by letting go of a part of you that doesn't serve you, the part of you that holds limiting beliefs, the part of you that holds on to past experiences or past conditioning that doesn't serve you. Because when you let go of everything in your life, everything, all the stories that you have held near and dear, true to your heart as fact, the stories that, like I said, they don't serve you at all. When you let go of that, you're able to tap into your wholeness, your completeness. And I speak about this in several of my past videos. Think about if you were born today, right? Or even just think about when you were born. When someone is born, they are born complete. They are born whole. We're not born with limiting beliefs. We're not born with any sort of conditioning or any experiences. And when we, start going through life, that's when we acquire those experiences or beliefs or conditioning that doesn't serve us. The things that, whether we're consciously aware of it or not, things that hold us back from our true potential or our most authentic self. Because when you're being your most authentic self, nothing stops you. You don't let anything get in your way. You don't have any limited stories or limited beliefs that hold you back or prevent you from experiencing the things that you want. You're living in your most authentic expression. And when you live in your most authentic expression, it almost feels effortless in a sense because you throw logic out of the window. And when you're truly tapped into your most authentic self, you no longer feel like you have to strive for, perfection or strive for fulfillment or strive for worthiness or whatever it is. You don't feel the need to perform. You don't feel the need to perform, and you also don't feel the need to shrink yourself in order to fit in. Your most authentic self is just pure limitlessness, right? And when you are able, like I said, to just let go of the things that don't serve you, that's when you really tap in to your highest potential, your most authentic self. So, as you're living your life through that authentic expression, you are naturally led to things that you want for yourself, things that help you to fulfill your desires. So, instead of, let's say, coming up with like this strategic plan on how you're going to accomplish a certain goal in your life, it's not about the strategy, it's about the identity that is leading the strategy, right? Because if you're consciously sitting down and feeling like, let me, or I have to, or I should, or what kind of plan should I put in place in order to achieve a goal, instead of being consciously aware and putting like a forced action on things, your authentic self does not do anything that is forced or logical in a sense. It's just where you're living your life being present in the moment. And then all of a sudden, something just comes up in your life, a person, a place, a thing, right? Like an opportunity. Or you're sitting in a coffee shop and someone bumps into you and they notice that you're reading a book and they're like, oh my God, that's one of my favorite books. Then you get to talking to them. And then all of a sudden, they're offering you some sort of opportunity that aligns with your goal. Or perhaps you receive a message from a friend that, again, somehow aligns with your goal. But all of these, when you're living through your most authentic expression, they're not, it's not something that you would consciously or logically think of for yourself. You wouldn't say, oh, let me go out and again create this 5 step plan or step process, this strategy in order to achieve my goal. It's something that is more on a deeper level than that, right? That is when you're your most authentic self. It's not about going out and doing more in order to receive more. It's actually about doing less in order to receive more, which I know sounds ridiculous because that's not what most of us are used to. You usually, when we're, most of us are brought up with, you have to work hard, you have to set a plan. If you want to achieve a goal, you have to make sure that you have all the right steps set in place. But have you, like, seriously sit back and think about when you do that? Think about the times where it has felt so dramatically difficult, when you feel like it should not feel as difficult as it does because you're doing all the right things. You have all the steps lined up, everything is in place, in order, but you feel like no matter what you're doing, the goal still feels like it's really far away. And again, the reason why it feels like that is because even though you're doing the right things, you're not doing so from your most authentic expression, your most authentic self. You can be doing all the right things, but that's not going to get you what you want in a way that actually benefits you. Because when you're doing things from like a forced action, you're essentially saying, I don't have this thing. I am not fulfilled. I am not my most authentic self. I have not reached my full potential. But your authentic self and your fullest or your highest potential is not something that you need physical proof of. Your authentic self is something that is within you. It's your higher self that knows that no matter what, you're worthy, you're deserving, you're successful. You don't have to do anything in your external life in order to validate or prove any of that. So that's why you're able to live in your most authentic expression and experience things in a natural form, in a way that is, again, you're aligning yourself, your identity, who you know yourself to be. It's not just what you believe of yourself, it's about what you know, right? So whatever or whoever you know yourself to be is what's always going to lead you in your life. And I feel like a broken record for always saying this, but your identity always leads your behavior. So whoever you know yourself to be is how you're going to lead yourself. And how you lead yourself is, again, it's your behavior, it's the things that you do. But something as simple as how I said a while ago, just walking into a coffee shop and all of a sudden you're presented with some sort of experience, and you're like, wait, what just happened? Like, that did not feel like real life. But that actually is real life. You don't always have to go and do the most extreme things in order to receive the most extreme things. Life is not meant to be difficult. It's meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to be, again, lived from your most authentic expression, not an expression of yourself where you're constantly performing, or vice versa, where you're constantly shrinking yourself because you don't feel like you're worthy, right? So before I side quest, if you feel like you've been trying to tap into your fullest potential or your most authentic self, remember that it's not about doing anything outside of you. It's not about what can I do, or how is it going to happen. It's not about any of that. It's about you. Who are you? Let go of who you thought you were. Let go of all of the things that you know have not served you. Even if you need to sit with yourself in silence for a little bit and really think, because a lot of the things that hold us back are things that we unconsciously store within ourselves. Sometimes we don't realize that one little experience in our life when we were 21 years old, we don't realize how that affects us. But again, I don't want to side quest. So if you want to learn more about that, go check out the video before this one and I dive more into that. But tapping into your most authentic expression is not difficult, and it's not something that you go out and and logistically plan for. It's something that you remember, something that you were born with. So all you really need to do is ask yourself, if this was my day one, and again, you're not letting go of everything in your life, right? You're just letting go of the things that don't serve you. But if this was my day one and I started completely from scratch, what would I do? If there were no labels, if there was not any pressure put on me, if there were no titles involved, if none of what we know today existed, and I was just able to live in my truest form, my most authentic expression, what would that look like and what would I go out and do? And a lot of the time, again, it's not logical. It's not that you would go and create a 5-step process. You would just simply go out and be and enjoy your life. And from there, that is where all of the synchronicities or coincidences take place that lead you naturally, organically to your desired outcome. So I think that about does it for today. I will see you in the next one. I love you. Bye.